If you want to have a fight on YouTube, on the internet in general, or even at work, bring up who the best goaltender is. I can do videos on forwards all I want. I can do forwards on defensemen all I want. As soon as I mention goaltenders, somebody somewhere is going to be upset. But here's the thing. Let's figure this out, shall we? All right, let me get this. All right, we ready? Ready? All right, Anaheim, Gibson, they're happy. Okay. Arizona, Mike Smith. He's not the reason that they're losing all these games. Boston, Tuukka Rask. He's Tuukka. His numbers have been down, but he is still, in my eyes, one of the saving graces of the Boston Bruins. Buffalo, Robin Lehner. This has been a fantastic year for him statistically, and it's a matter of next year whether or not he can build on it, stay healthy all season, and help Buffalo as they get built into something else. Calgary. Now, I know Johnson has been the better goaltender than Elliott for the most part, but Elliott's rounding into form going into the playoffs, considering the way he played last year in the playoffs. Elliott's a pretty good goaltender. Carolina. All right. There's an issue. Cam Ward is not the goaltender he once was. Carolina might have an issue in that. Chicago can afford to not protect Darling because they have Corey Crawford. Colorado. This is actually kind of tricky. Colorado's got an issue with Varlamov, but they've got Pickard, and Pickard's been very good. Columbus has had a fantastic year. Bobrovsky's been fantastic. Dallas doesn't have a goaltender, so I'm not going to bother. Detroit. Mrazek's an issue. Mrazek's allowed goals that he shouldn't. And if you're a Detroit fan, you got to be wondering, if Howard comes back, is Howard the starter? Edmonton. Edmonton's happy. Florida. This isn't going to make people happy either. Luongo's been hurt. Luongo at this stage of the game, Reimer's your starter. There might be an issue in Florida. He allowed 4 goals tonight against the Rangers. The Rangers dominated Florida tonight, though. This was a huge loss for Florida. So I'm not going to put stars next to Reimer and say he's a problem like Leaf fans did at one point. LA, well, they're happy with Quick. Minnesota, pretty happy with Dubnyk. Montreal, yeah, this Price kid's pretty good. He's all right. I would put stars next to Rene for Nashville, but they got this Saros kid, so they're all right. New Jersey. Schneider. Pretty good goaltender. Islanders. Greiss has at least earned a shot at split games next year for New York. He's been good. He hasn't been great. He was under a barrage against Calgary the other day, and then once that first one went in, he just fell apart. Rangers. And this is the reason why I'm making this video, basically. There's Lundqvist. He's still ahead of Ronta on the depth chart because he's Henrik Lundqvist. But if something happens with him, I think they're fine with Ronta. Ottawa has Anderson. Philly, depending on the day, Mason. They're going to try to work on their goaltending in the offseason again. Pittsburgh, Murray's the starter. Let's not kid ourselves. San Jose, Jones. St. Louis, Jake Allen's getting his shit together. So that's good news for St. Louis. Right now it's 2-0 St. Louis with 7 minutes left. Jake Allen appears to be getting back into form. Okay, Vasilevsky. All right, I'm gonna give a shit. I totally Don Cherry'd that. Tampa have decided to go to him as the starter. There's no stars there. He's young. He's learning. Toronto, man, I've taken so much shit over the season for defending Freddie Anderson. Anderson has been hot and cold. He has. But tonight against Detroit, he was hot when he had to be, got cold in the middle of the game, and then managed to lock the door at the end of the game. Vancouver, the most underrated goaltender in the NHL right now is Ryan Miller. Miller has been saving the Canucks from being the worst team in the league. He really has. Washington is Holtby. There's not a problem there. And Connor Hellebuck in Winnipeg. So we have 1, 2, 3. If I count Grice, Rene, if I'm like that, and then Dallas, who doesn't have a goalie. So 6 teams out of 30 are in a situation where their starting position is an issue. And now there's rumblings that Ryan Miller may be extended by Vancouver for another year. And when people look at that, they're going to go, what's Ryan Miller thinking? Starting goaltending has never been this good from top to bottom. That is one hell of a list. So let's delve into that list. Let's use Mr. Red Marker and just argue, okay, so which of these goaltenders is right now considered to be a game stealer? Rask can be. Gibson absolutely can be and is underrated. Lehner's done it lately. Crawford always. Bobrovsky absolutely. Talbot, yes. Quick, yes. Dubnyk, yes. Price, absolutely. Schneider can be. Lundqvist, yes. Anderson, absolutely. Murray, yes. Jones, yep. Allen has been getting a lot of shutouts lately, or at the very least putting in fantastic performances. Anderson, yes. I can't wait for the comments on this video. Holtby. I'm not going to qualify Miller because I see more Canuck games than I see of any others for the most part. And so I'm going to be biased a little bit because I see more of Miller's work. So I'm not going to put Miller down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 17 goalies right there that I'm saying there's 17 guys that right now in a big game I believe could steal you the game. I'm not counting backups. That's the state of goaltending in the NHL right now. It's insane. And the guys with the stars, Cam Ward, he's won a Stanley Cup. Semyon Varlamov has been a fantastic starter at certain points of his career. Peter Mrazek looked really good last year for Detroit and has had a down year. Absolutely capable of a bounce back next year. Dallas, Leightonen's been better lately. His last 2 games, he's actually been really good. He has earned himself probably the lion's share of the starts for the rest of the season. And Mason has had his periods where he's been very good for Philly, and Philly has Stollers coming up, and I think Anthony Stollers may end up being the answer to their problems. So that's where we're at. That's fun. So as Henrik Nyquist takes sole possession of 10th place on the all-time wins list, and we look at goaltending right now, we really are in a renaissance for goaltenders. And if you're a fan of a team and you want to make a comment in this video and say, I think my goalie is the best because, you will have an actual valid claim. I watched some fantastic goaltending this year. And Lundqvist lately has been full value. He's got a problem with Montreal, but so do all of the Rangers. The Rangers are not playing well against Montreal. And if that's who they're going to face in the playoffs, the Rangers have a problem. They have a large problem because they don't play Montreal well. But that aside, Lundqvist can steal a series and so can Carey Price. It's this playoffs has the potential to be a goaltending clinic. So let me know in the comments below which of the goaltenders that I do not have up here backup, or Luongo, who's been injured, and other people may still see him as the starter. Which goaltender that's not on the list do you think is going to steal the show, either for the rest of the season, in this year's postseason, or next year? And I'll even allow you to include somebody that the Vegas Golden Knights could pick up. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're just browsing your way through. We're not that far off from 3,000, and I'm going to make a little 3,000 graphic for when we get a little closer, and that's going to be fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all again soon.